Welcome, welcome. I haven't had enough time to prepare the light and everything, so I will do the stream in that atmosphere. I am checking the sound if it's sounds good or not. Okay, see my intro video. I need to change it really soon. Hi, Kevin. Okay, I can hear myself, so it's also good that that everything is set up properly. So. I believe we could start. So it's the late night talks with romantic developer with me, and it's our series number 175. So, and we do historically the next thing we talk about different matter, starting from global news, AI news, and personal reflections, answering your comments, discuss, discussing some recent events. Um, involved in my life in some relationship between people, between countries, and so on. Also, we do some development exercise. Right now, I'm building some tools which should help me with my streams. One tool you could see like even right now. Let me just double check if I can move it to the different screen. Okay, let's transition and we go to my channel. It's romantic developer channel. And if you go to the live chat, you see that yeah, it's very all romantic, all quite nice. But if you click on any of past streams, like even for this one from yesterday, you see that we have some description, which that is not too nice, but yeah, we have a very detailed chapters, video sections. We have some information about it. We have some keywords and so on, and we have some title, and it's happening with my every stream, and I just spent really small amount of time for doing that. I just need to execute one program. So yeah, you see, um, description here much better. I'd say it's much better than yeah in different streams. Uh, so yeah, I like the animation of that thing. Uh, so you see, it's like it insert even icons. Um, it get from the stream information when we start in, and yes, some of my uh, special wording. Again, it's did everything from that stream. You see, it's did very nice division of video to sections, and we can see that if I click 103, and we see upcoming goals and decisions and so on. Also, if you look at the uh, uh, on the subtitles, we also insert them, and there are subtitles which are, let's see, let's start with the beginning. Okay, maybe not with beginning, but with that beginning. And let's see subtitles which are automatic. And it says hello, hello, welcome to the late night talks with romantic developer. So you see, it's of course very nice because it's word come after the word. It's exactly as in talk. But if you try to translate it to the different language, it could be a nightmare because, as you see, it's not exactly have any sentences, and it just word after word. And if you just translate it like that, it will lost a lot of context. what my tool is building. If we go back to the beginning of the stream and start, you see it's connect that maybe not as nice and um, flowing, but you see it's a lot, much more punctuation, much more accurate words, and so on. And that is very different if you will think about or if you will try to do it for any different language. Uh, so you see, you already saw that it's full sentences. They could be easily translated to any language, and it would be no losing of sense. So it's one of the immediate action of the tool. What we are building right now, we are building live chatbot, which could connect to the live chat and be quite helpful assistant. Let's try to see if we have any. Yeah, we still testing it. So if we go to the very end, of course, you see some communication with my live chatbot, mostly of myself. Uh, so yeah, but we building, and after some time, of course, we will be able to build it pretty cool solution. So I'm making a very big font here just to move live chat below, and we will look at those results in a minute. Also, we need to run our development environment. It's executed for some reason on different screen. So we still in development of our live chatbot, but everything else is on our um, GitHub channel, GitHub space. Let's say that it's called YouTube AI Helper. So you could uh, find it pretty easily on GitHub. It's not much names like that. So if you will try to search on all GitHub, if you like YouTube AI helper, let's see. Oh, you know, it's not public archive. Not as much actually. Not there are not no my repository here. But if you will try to find its YouTube AI helper without any spaces, yeah, we immediately can find that. So, and we have Python script which instruct how we could, what we need to execute it, how to clone the repository, how to create local environment file, what we need to put where uh, just to start working on it, what we can put in different folders, how to create different configurations and how to do multiple processes here, and some examples of full process examples and so on. So, of course, we have a lot of my videos where we discussing all the same, and also in the code we have some basic configuration with some prompts which are pretty helpful. And I believe that prompts like, for example, beta chapters is just pretty nice. We solved multiple issues and those prompts perform pretty well. Also, we have ability to execute structured output prompts. So if in addition to prompts, we have schema configuration like that, uh, it understand, okay, to process that prompt, I need to also um, include the schema. And for that, uh, configuration which supports schemas will reply it in structured output format. So that it. That it about what we are doing here. So short um, repetitive action, or maybe not so short. And let's start with discussion of uh, last news. Right now, we did some update to our bot, and right now it's not doing the best possible work. Um, for us because let's let's basically try to execute it. Okay. Oh, I believe we need to, okay, we need to find our VN environment, virtual environment, where we have all the most recent version of libraries which required. So, of course, if you will execute the same from Visual Studio Code, it will be done automatically, but here we just need to activate it manually. Let's try to execute it once again and see if it will work. But right now, most, okay, error finding active live stream. That's happening because we haven't passed the live stream. Right now, that bot could be not executed on. So if we have any live stream on channel of that bot, it would find it. If you want to connect to any live stream, uh, any, you could just use that ID of that live stream, and bot should connect to that live stream and start helping people, help streamer, and so on. So if you see it's already connected and it says something, and of course we could ask what are the latest great news. Let's try to ask the bot, but what we could see that bot try to ask a question. Should it reply to that question? And most probably it received answer as no, because it skips the question. So it's what we see. We need just add more debugging information because we just added it yesterday and we did it too restrictive. Now it's just keep silence most of the time. So we need to fix it today. So instead of asking a bot about our latest news, let's go to our notebook, working notebook, and we could like ask, we write some class which called discussion starters, which we need to execute all the previous cells because it looks like, okay. Oh, let's execute this one. So it will gather some of our latest streams. It will gather some news using several APIs. We also discussed how we can do that. Also, it tried to get the full text information, extract the full news information from those websites for generic news as well for AI news, and it built as large um, large context, all of those from all of those, and that it analyze and try to ask some funny or maybe not so funny, but engagement questions, so we can have some starter point to talk about. Okay, now it's trying to fetch some AI news. Uh, So once it's fetch the news, it store the news in the local file. So I did it for the bot. So bot could iterate through the latest news and not use news API every time. So it's like prepare, and it could work with the news, yeah, all the time. So yes, and we received some news. If we will execute it once again, of course, it would be much faster because it don't need to get the news because all the news are here. And it's preview. Okay. If we insert here something and try to preview, let's move it here. Let's increase the size so you could see. So that is what AI helped us generate. It includes also some of them links if we want to get more details about those news. Also, it provides some summary of the news and then a question. So also it's try to ask question about some AI thing, technical question about our streams, and reflection news related questions. Mostly it asks about news, but sometimes it asks about some news, uh, taking into account what we talked about on previous streams. So it's did pretty cool work. Let's look on the today's news and discuss them slightly. So AI proposed some news and let's discuss them. Massive winter storm in the United States is a staggering of 63 million people impacted by the recent winter storm in US. How can AI and software tools? So you see the question. Most probably, if we go to that um, news source, oh, I don't know why it's took. Okay, you don't need. Let's close something. You probably need to install ad blocker. Okay, so if we will look, really, can we read more? Sorry, so many ads here. Uh, so yeah, I couldn't read it. I couldn't move my mouse. Hey, computer. Yeah, looks like it's didn't. Okay, now it responded and closed that thing. Okay, I just want to say that there are no something about software tools and artificial intelligence in that news. It just um, looking into what we discussed during previous streams and like maybe today and try to infuse topic which are interested for us into the um, topic which are discussed what what is important right now in the world. How can AI and software tools like YouTube Helper be leveraged to enhance community support and connectivity during extreme weather events? YouTube AI Helper is not about that. Only if only if some sources, some news agencies doing some news about it, and they want to speed up the process of describing their videos, uh, creating proper transcripts, creating proper description, and publish it on the platform. They can, of course, leverage YouTube AI Helper, but not in the shape in which it is right now. I think it will be using my web-based YouTube AI Helper, which I'm building right now, but not with a big speed. But AI and software tools, of course, could help, as we discussed yesterday, especially in analyzing needs of the people and gathering information from different regions, from different places, and understand which region or which place is in need of something. Because it's task of software development over the phone, it would be much more complex task. In light of tragic terror attack in New Orleans, what role do you think AI and live chatbots can play? Okay, today I must admit the questions are dumb. You know, even if we use some of the, let's see what double check what we actually are using. Let's go to Visual Studio. Let's go to test. Let's make font smaller. Discussion starters, config, whisper config, client config, copy, LLM config, and we try to use in config model O1 mini. Okay, O1 mini. Now, maybe before start, maybe I understand that we're doing it less creative, but what if we just ask question once again? Oh. We couldn't provide temperature, which is not one. Okay, yeah, it's a nice thing for reasoning models. They support temperature on the one. Do you know that? I always forget. So let's just regenerate the questions. Now it's found everything on the local disk, so it wouldn't do it. It just sends the question to our OpenAI SDK, and let's just replace all of those. Oh, preview. So again, as we see, it's the very similar news context. Okay, will. How do you think advanced software can help communities stay? Okay, we basically answered that question. Neuralink, um, identified by the FBI, the lone perpetrator behind the New Year Day terror attack. In the light of recent terror attack in Ireland, what role can AI play in enhancing public safety and prevent such incidents in the future? It's very hard if it was lone, if he was lone, because um, we go into very dangerous territory where should AI have access to every human um, information, every human communication. And by communication, I mean what he's reading, what he's looking at, and so on and so on. I'm more than sure that that exists today. Of course, it's require a huge processing power because, as you know, AI is not too cheap at the moment, and they required a lot of computer power to process all the requests. That's why it's not free, basically on huge scale. So to analyze everything which is person looking at and yeah, reading, watching, of course, it would help. But do you imagine the amount of data required for that? No, I hope the people will not go that path, at least soon, quite soon. I think that it should be work of police, FBI, and other agencies just to prepare better and just to minimize possibilities for such um, lone perpetrators, you know, to be able to do something severe. Um, and in case if it's group of people planning something, I believe even now there are tools which could warn officials about that, especially if they use some public or open sources of communication like phone calls, etc., etc. We've been working hard on making. I like that we've. Okay, on making our chatbot smarter and more responsive. What strategies or technologies do you think could help balance effective message filtering with keeping interaction engaging and not too restrictive? Okay, we should work on the prompt. The prompt should be slightly aligned, just to say, hey, don't be so restrictive. Try to step in whenever you think you can help, but just don't try to step in when you see that it's not your turn. Something like that. AI should take care of it. We just need to provide it better context. Of course, it will cost us slightly more, but I think it's fine unless we don't have thousands of connected users using our chatbot on the stream. I think it would be fine. AI power robotic arm in vacuum cleaners. A Chinese robot vacuum cleaner company, Roborock. By the way, I'm sorry, I have that Roborock, if I'm not mistaken, uh, that vacuum cleaner robot at my home. Unveiled a model equipped with AI-powered robotic arm. It's my wife joking with something, yeah. So, robotic arm aiming to take household chores to the next level. Roborock just introduced. Okay. Do you think that could revolutionize how we handle household chores? Are we just giving our Roombas superpower for the sake of cool gadgets? Now let's try to see more context here. Hopefully it will not have mm, so much ads here. Can detect and remove abstractions like socks, small towels, tissues, and sandals, according to the company. The latest step toward expect will be inevitable that robot vacuum cleaner become essential solution. I'm remembering I watched some mm, series of some animated movie um, from Netflix, Love Death Robots, and that series was about smart vacuum cleaner. Oh, actually, maybe it's not only vacuum cleaner. It was like a robot which do some chores, and he decided to start, uh, yeah, trying to clean um, not only home but also homeowners, a woman and her dog or whatever. And yeah, it was scary, scary animated movie. So, but I like the idea. I like the idea. They just remove some socks from its pass. You know, if it just remove socks from its pass, I don't think it's superpower and don't revolutionize how we handle household chores because it's still doing the vacuum cleaning. It just uses that robotic arm partially just to clean the path and maybe move some small items from the road, from its road. I don't think it's a revolution, but yeah, it's a small step towards it. Small step for human, big step for humanity. But no, I don't think it's the same small step as uh, people on the moon. So it's much smaller step, but yeah, still. Happy streaming. Thank you. Okay, now probably after we answered those generic questions and we don't have mm, any more questions from live people, people who live, not AI. Let's switch to our code here to live chatbot. Um, we have it's executed here. Yeah, where is it? Okay, okay. So let's switch here and think what we can do. What we can do. First of all, let's make it more responsive. More responsive. Let's go and talk with our um, ChatGPT and try to see if we can ask some help from ChatGPT to improve our live chatbot, also AI powered. Hey, I have a code for live chatbot. I want to replace logic to identify its own messages by its ID, name, not the prefix. Can you help me with the fix? So let's start our code with that. And again, I'm not sure if it's actually doing a difference, those three um, quotes, angled quotes. But I heard that then, because it's the internal format of Markdown, it helped them to properly identify the code blocks, and it's yeah much easier not to make any mistakes. So it's a very uh, minor change because right now we have like the chatbot, but we already have its even special icon. We created some special. Oh, where is it? So if you will look here, you see the chatbot, and they has romantic developer bot. Um, in first message, it doesn't say chatbot, but in any other message, it says something about chatbot. So let's switch back here and see. At runtime, compare outer channel ID or message outer details display name to bot's non-ID name. It's the same continuous, so the bot doesn't respond its own messages. In the snippet below, assume you have added bot channel ID to your config. For instance, your config JSON or similar you have. Then live chat bot init, you can load them. So, oh, but come on. Oh, one, looks like you don't understand my question. In your config and runtime, what if, no, we couldn't. What if we ask the same question from different model? Let's ask from GPT-4, let's use search. Can you help me with it? Ideally, it should use ID and get it in the runtime to identify its messages. So it shouldn't start its messages with bot or similar. It's pretty simple. It doesn't require reasoning. It just maybe needs some recent knowledge of YouTube SDKs. That's why I use GPT-4 with search capability. And it's pretty short. So context should be fully sufficient for GPT-4. It's searching the web. I hope it's searching for SDK call. No, it doesn't. So it doesn't show us what it's doing. Hopefully it's doing the proper thing. We understand less and less what actually AI systems are doing when they're doing something. It's a problem, I think. It's my team. Nice. I like it. It shows that, okay, I updated the logic, but I don't show it to you. Let me know. Yes, I want to see the final code. Can you please share? Okay, now it's deep slightly better. Let's see. So it's it's chatbot initialization. Let's move it here in the constructor. Call tool, no changes. Connect to live stream. Active stream, okay. Should respond to message. Okay, handle message out of name none. Message response finish. Run bot loop. Connect to live stream. Fetch. Oh, show me code for and please. Looks like it occurred some error. So let's ask precisely about the methods which we require. So live chatbot, it's again trying to show us everything. Let's see if it will do better this time. No. Will we ask it once again? Really? Try again. Okay, now it's get bot out of channel ID self. Okay, let's go to our YouTube. Get last stream. Set authenticate YouTube. Fetch live chat messages. Define get bot. Let's just get channel ID, credentials, ID. Let's just say channel ID. Channel's ID is this. Maybe we could do something like logger info. Channel ID E, and we set logger. It would be what we've done error. So channel ID is none, and we just return channel ID. But maybe it's not the bad thing to store the channel ID here. Let's go and store it here. So of course, if yeah. Okay. By the way, it's now available for free. We're talking about Copilot. It's limited by number of uh, queries you could do to Copilot every month, but GitHub Copilot now again, it's a free option. Just if you use any environment like Visual Studio Professional, Visual Studio Code, which is free, and we're using right now free environments, you could use it. And yeah, not this. As you understand, I don't know Python well. I know I used to write in .NET languages, in C# before, but I decided to make some challenge. Loher was never closed. Okay, thank you. Now it should be fine. Okay, get channel ID. And we have live chat bot and we have our handle message. Let's see if it was able to bot loop. Bot ID. Okay. Okay. Looks good. We have our bot author ID. So here we receive message author channel ID. Let's include it here. Message if so that we need to change author channel ID equals not self but just bot ID. Handle message, author name, what is this? Ident doesn't match. Oh, I see. Now it should be fine. Oh, Python and ident, it's really interesting. So we don't use now sync reply or like that. Author name. Let's use also author channel ID. Just see what we have here. Post live chat reply. Okay. And author name, handle message, author name, author. Okay. And let's go to handle message and let's use that as well. User metadata. And let's also include so with that we should have better user metadata, correct? Okay. And now just to test everything, we still need to make the bot less restrictive. By the way, what about making it 5 seconds, not 50? Okay, thank you. Let's say here is my latest code. What we want I want to include richer context to method. So not only current message of the user, but also previous messages. So bot should understand if this message is continuation of his message, of his conversation or not. Please help me with the final with code changes. Let's see. Our chatbot is still here. Okay. Should respond to message. Update message to pass the recent conversation history along with current user message. Okay. Context length, number of recent message. I like that. I like that. Self message filter prompt. Okay, message extend recent history. Append. Okay. Should respond to the message. Okay, so from this, it will become this. No. Let's copy the full code. Replace. Okay, now it should be proper by identification. Let's use maybe 50, just to remember about that person with whom bot is talking to. To do get info, get extended info about conversation history with this specific person, including chatbot replace. But now 50 should be fine. User text. I believe it should be also not also user text, but author name, author channel ID. So let's build user metadata initially. Conversational history, we shouldn't update, but let's include here. And maybe we can use user metadata as the same logic here as well, I think. So context would be what it doesn't like. Oh, I I removed some, so that would work. That would work, and that also should work. Recent history. Let's see what it proposed to ensure conversation history is updated appropriately. Skip outer channel ID message self. Okay. 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 Message context choices. Final messages message. Self conversation history append and return final content. Do we have that? I believe we should. If function call else final content. I believe it just trying to simplify some code for us. So yeah, conversation role, assistant content, final content. Conversation history. In no, maybe we could include something like metadata. What I mean, see, we could include something like bot reply to user metadata. Oh, I think it should be nice. Okay, I don't think we need in the message context something like that. Let's go and read our configuration. I believe it's our chatbot message filter. Okay, now I want to modify message filter system prompt. Chatbot should skip only ineligible message for him, but it should try to help people with multiple tasks. General talks, mood improvements in the chat, answering questions on general knowledge on recent news, on AI news, questions about streamer, host, channel, and so on. Also, if this is a continuation of conversation with other person, it should apply and not keep silent until change of context. Please help me to build that system message. My current will not work. Okay, let's see what it will propose. Analyze the user message along the recent conversation history. Okay, I like that more. Load file content from 2222. Incorporate recent conversation history. 5. Recent history, considerations. Okay, let's copy the code. Let's go here and let's replace it. Analyze the user message along the recent conversation history. If the message is suitable for the chatbot address, such as general discussion or social interaction, aim to improve the chat atmosphere, question related to general knowledge is in tune to configuration, ongoing conversation, chatbots between users would be beneficial. In the case, provide appropriate response, provide okay as a response. If the message is relevant and operator not suitable for the chatbot address, respond with skip message. Okay, let's see. So I'm not sure should we run it as standalone or in debug mode. Let's see what we can do to improve the login. Do we have a logger here? Now let's ask a few last help from ChatGPT. Hey, can you please replace print to login classes like in for level and extend current login to include more info below. Let's see if it will do that for us. Search in the web. Import login. Oh, should we import it? Logger setup login. We probably need to from utilities. Like chatbot, utilities, setup login. So run bot loop. Okay, let's probably replace it just to not, sometimes like chatbot setup. So no active stream. Return. Okay. Learn for that line to apply. Okay. Nice. While true. Try. It's basically nice thing to do. Chatbot look. Second for. Oh, okay. Do we have any other places where we trying to do some should respond? Filter response or comment from skip message. Okay. What else could we do that here? Probably in handle message. Let's also put here logger with for function call. Let's say using function call. Arguments would be empty right now with our known functions, but chatbot. Okay, looks good. So let's try to execute it and see if it will work. Just execute the previous command. So it should connect. Error. Object has no attribute config. YouTube updater to connect to channel ID. YouTube updater object has no attribute config. We trying to connect here. Connect to live stream. Active stream YouTube updater. Find active stream YouTube live ID, video ID. So, do you see the issue? I don't. Maybe it's here in live chatbot ID, in live chatbot. We receive message error occurred while retrieving. Error occurred. Okay, get channel ID. Error occurred while retrieve channel ID. Okay, get channel ID cell. Oh, credentials. YouTube. Initialize. We should authenticate YouTube sets. I believe it's already here. Self-service. Self-service channels list. Self-service. Okay. I think something like that. Mm, let's execute once again. Okay, we received channel ID. Chatbot is active. So, hi, chatbot. Oh, I'm not at the end. So, message filter response for comment from user romantic developer is okay. Chatbot replying to hello, how can I assist you today? Just curious, what is this stream about? Let's see. 5 seconds. We received load configuration from LLM config. Load and whisper configuration from get stream info. Error occurred. Has no attribute get. Handle message. File like chatbot. Tool. Config get. Okay, looks like we received an error and we couldn't. So can we answer any other questions? Let's see. Okay, we could because it's cached. So we just didn't reply on the message on which we have an error. Message from romantic developer. And its message, it says, okay, so it won't reply to hi romantic. And now it's just trying loading configuration using functional get stream info. I see. Okay, I think it's time to fix that get stream info. It's our function which we utilities. No, live chat bot. Where is it function? Tools. Okay, tools. Mm, AI config. AI config. Mm, config folder. OS path join config folder stream info. Let's look if we have stream info here. Okay. Let's try to execute it once again. Okay, we say hi. We decided that we need to replay. Okay, we say hi. Hello, hello. How can I assist you today? What I have missed. By the way, we haven't implemented that thing. What I have missed because yeah, it requires some real time. Channel ID is not set in configuration. Really? Fetching last 5 completed live streams from YouTube. So it says that I missed some last streams. So it's what I missed. But why it couldn't set in configuration? Oh, I remember something like work before. Get last 5 stream summaries. Discussion. Prepare last stream. Fetching from YouTube. Channel ID is not set from in configuration. Discussions. Discussion config. Display number of streams 5. Okay. Discussion. Prepare last stream. YouTube updater config. Get last streams. Number of streams. YouTube updater. If not channel ID, channel ID. Authenticate. Oh, we should have channel ID once we authenticate channel ID. Okay. Jim. So looks like our code for the channel ID before is not useful. We just can't remove it. Okay, okay. Mm. So let's sync. Let's sync. It's our tools. Discussion starters config. And we load it in from default config, which is fine. Discussion starters. Okay. Prepare last streams. Prepare last streams. Should we do something like authenticate YouTube first? Let's see if self service and return. Okay, so we don't authenticate multiple times. Basically, when we need it, we should authenticate. Okay, I think we found the issue. Let's say it's fine. Okay. Okay. And it should be authenticated here. Discussion starter. Okay. Will we add something more to live chatbot just to be sure that when we start it, handle message, okay. Our main loop. Let's put also information about bot ID. Okay. Now let's go and start it. And tools, discussion starters, config, YouTube updater config, self-authenticate YouTube self-service. Has no attribute service. No. Probably we need channel ID service. And at the end, it should set self-service, self channel ID. Okay. Now, so we found our main in generic Azure. Okay. GPT for all. Okay. Authenticate channel ID. Romantic. Okay. And now we see some issues. Post message. Hi everyone. YouTube updater object has no attribute kit channel ID. Oh, yes. We removed it ourselves and we forgot to update it the place where it's taken. And okay, channel ID. Will it allow us to do that? I think yes. And let's really see if when we initialize YouTube updater self-config and we config name AI bot. Okay, so it should be different config. Try number 5. Okay, bot ID OMG. Our ID is IKQ. Okay, so we looks like we are different. Hello. Hi. Let's answer something. Hi, what's up? I'm here to assist. What I can help you today? What I have missed? Let's see. So, romantic developer. It's trying to understand message filter response. On that command, it's okay. Okay, it used function get last 5 streams, found live 5 streams, getting, and it's trying to respond with text that you've missed discussion on AI development, chatbot enhancement, and current events like political changes and winter storm. Join daily for more. Mm, Who are the host? Okay, and we see some issues. Loading whisper, not string. integer slices. Indices must be integer slices. And the AI config field folder. AI config. So looks like we just in that string like AI config load config from folder. Oh. So it's all happened because we trying to read it from two configs into one, and then now it should be fine. Let's repeat the question. Oh, we need to restart it because we changed the code. Okay. Let's restart it. It will ask again, hello, chatbot is active. Let's ask the question, who are the host? And it will understand that it should reply. It will use function called getStreamInfo. It's load again everything, all configuration. The host is automatic developer, patient software developer experience, offering tutorials and live coding sessions. Okay, nice. And what is the biggest news of today? Let's see if it can read news. Oh, we already crossed the line of the day, so it's reading the news again, completely new news, but it would be very similar to what we had before. So you see, it's trying to see million hit by massive winter storm. SERP API is basically Google News return us the same highlights. Yes, the second was New Orleans. Okay, the third was January 6th Trump election certifications capital, and fourth is Canada PM Trudeau something else. And then we tried to get chatbot reply was too long. Today the biggest news is massive winter storm and US. Read more here. And read more here. We just stopped and inserted everything else. Let's see. Okay, read more here. I like the icons. What if we said something like next? We'll understand that we want another news. Skip message. Next news. What if we ask next news? Message filter response, skip message. It don't want to reply to us, chatbot. Next news, please. Let's see. Okay, now with the message chatbot next news, please. It's get the latest general news reading from disk right now, and it's trying again that thing. No other news. Let's see if it will decided to reply to us. Again, he gets the latest news. Okay, Trudeau, FBI, Congress. Okay, stay tuned. And of course, we don't have a lot of space to put all. And it's use bot reply to user. Of course, it's as well. Why it's included bot reply to user? Let's see the logs. Bot reply to user. So it would be stream a chatbot response. Let's say, please don't include things like in your responses. I don't know why it's happening here. Okay, let's ask very generic question. 1 plus 1 multiply 7, of course, would be 8. So, chatbot replying to a romantic developer, bot reply to user romantic developer, the result is. So it starts to include here. Can we mention something? Okay, maybe you know what? Okay, let's include that and maybe, let's try to restart it. Let's start once again. And let's see if it chatbot will do better this time. Let's wait. Okay, it's connected. Hi there. Let's see. Hi there. Looks like it wasn't mentioned me very well. Oh no, it's mentioned. So let's ask some question. Oh, I mentioned myself. Okay, so we won't ask something like, let's ask a very simple question. Let's ask some question about again news. It should do function call. Okay, read more here, but it's not. Yeah, it couldn't include the full details because of its any other. Let's see if it will ask news again. Okay, get latest news again. Okay. Bot reply to user. Other news includes FBI. Mm. Mm. So what we will do with that issue? Because chatbot after some time, you see start include that into the response, and of course it will make the response very, very, very long. And in AI, so now it should do the tool which would have get latest AI news. Okay, we haven't done any AI news yet. Payment required. Okay, we already used all the news for daily points today. And what it says, okay, been in AI used for health insurance claim denials. Nice. Without AI, it would take hours to do. Okay, not hours, minutes, but still long. What we could ask another, why you are writing so 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 will it say bot reply? You're welcome. And I ask, please don't use bot reply too. Maybe we need to change. Maybe we need to change the way how we build message history. Yeah, I think we need to change how we build message history. So it's very, very visible issue. Okay, since we have already a long stream and we achieved some results, so let's come here and in conversation history, let's just final content. And let's in our message, not filter, but chatbot responses. Please use if you want to mention someone, or if there are being personal. So if there are a lot as well, you could mention people if there are a lot of enthusiasts in the chat. Let's look on our code once again. Live chatbot role assistant content. Maybe like you. So let's add that as well. In stream, in whisper, chatbot response. In message history, you could see something like you or user. Let's see user. Or it would be okay. It is not part of live conversation, but added to help you identify chat participants and their messages. Participants don't include such constructions in your replies. Okay, looks good. Looks good. So the final test. Let's start new chatbot once again. What is happening here? Let's start with rough question. It should ask get last stream context. Okay. Is hosting the late night talks episode discussion AI news coding task, but looks like it's episode. asked by us. And what it do? Get stream info. You're right, it's episode. The channel offers tutorials. Join for great insights. Any recommendations how to spend time in chat? Rule. And what it will do? Okay, so it want to discuss and yeah, some basic things. Engage with questions, share insights, support others, keep discussions on topic and be respectful. So high host probably should skip. Why you include you? So okay, chatbot, I don't want this talk with you. Thank you. Will it say skip message? Skip message. Nice. And will it skip message? No. Why you say you? Will it decide to skip it? Skip message. Okay, chatbot. I'm asking this question you. And now it's okay. Why you start your response with you? Skip message. So once again, so we ask romantic developer no, bot now. I use you to clarify that I'm respond to your message. It's a way to differentiate between users and responses. If you prefer different style, let me know. Skip you in your responses. Probably we need to slightly think about how to do that. Okay, it's replied, sure, I will skip you in my response from now on. And be more polite, please. But fun. And even funny. And okay, of course, it would be nice to test more people communicating with the chatbot, but you see, it's yeah, we just need to think how to solve some child problems like you. But overall, it's doing pretty good now. It's not skipping as much as before, and what we see, it's yeah. So next thing which we could do is to support for the chatbot multi-level comments, not multi-level, bigger than 200 characters. Um, and yeah, and next step would be include some real-time information about our stream. So what we are talking right now, so bot could be aware about what the stream is talking, and it would be included into his context as well. Okay, okay. I think now is the time when we said, when we could say, okay, today we did a lot. Yeah, it's mostly 2 hours of stream. So I think, and we did a great progress. Mm, it's really close when we share that bot with public. We just need, again, maybe with some help of other chat GPTs, uh, bots or LLMs, uh, make it even more ready, production ready, let's say that, people ready. And after that, we could publish it in our GitHub and update README file to include information about using of the chatbot. Right now, it doesn't have a lot of configuration. It just have some configuration to read from default config information about your channel. Try to go to your channel and get the last 5 streams and use that configuration, use that information to provide answers about your streams. Uh, as well, it use some predefined files like stream context, stream info, and others just to reply basic questions about the stream. Also, I try to connect to news engines to get the latest news and about AI and about generic news. And of course, it's know everything GPT-4 Mini would know and could help with multiple issues, but it's not connected to internet, so it's yeah, it's still kind of limited. What is good that it's what would make it even more nice than once we connect it to current live stream context, it could answer much more, and maybe it could even interact with us, asking some funny questions and making some interesting comments into the live chat while we speak and while we work. So it's an idea. Okay, if you have any questions, please share with me in the comment section below the video after the stream ends, or in the live chat if you could find a space for yourself here. I wish you, as always, choose wisdom, acceptance, and love over everything else, over aggression, over mm, self, higher, let's say, knowledge above um, like self-confidence and understanding that other people are wrong, and so on and so on. So, of course, acceptance, love, and wisdom what can help the sport right now, especially in the era of so high-speed development of AI systems. Because if AI systems will see the human as they are right now, maybe they will decide what many science fiction movies propose. They said, okay, we need to help you and save you from yours yourself. So, and yeah, of course, humans are not very logical, especially in their part where they have aggression and try to prove that only more powerful or more, let's say, not clever, but clever in that sense is right. So, but it's not uh, the work like that in the world. So unless artificial intelligence could understand that it's more clever than humans, yeah, we are doomed. So let's build our environment of warm love, acceptance, and everything, and invite more and more people into that environments and spread waves which probably can help others be humans, be humans which are above any artificial things. Okay, guys, I think that's it for today. I'll I'll be streaming tomorrow and multiple days after. I'm starting my streams after 11 p.m. Pacific time, so please join. Also, if you want to address some questions, just drop them into the chat so we could start the next stream with them. And you can always find um, your question discussed in the stream because we have so nice video chapters section, video sections. Also, AI helped us with that because I'm too lazy, but yeah, it's doing pretty good. So you should find and not watch the whole stream if you don't like. Okay, I think that's it. See you and have a great day. Goodbye.